Good morning. My name is Ryan Marino, and I'm with the Tile Council of North America. And today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about tile's unrivaled, time-tested durability. As a reminder, Coverings is a registered provider of AIA-approved CEUs, and so for more information, you can check out the Coverings app to see about getting credit for this session today. I'd also just like to take a quick moment to breeze over our copyright information. It's just to let everyone know that this information can't be used without TCA's permission. A lot of the material we're going to cover today is for informational purposes only, some of which has been provided from third parties out of our control, and that this material is not an endorsement or recommendation or criticism for any product by TCA. And if you'd like more information, please visit our website. Today's session, we're just going to talk about ceramic tile and how it can last the lifetime of your home or building. Other flooring materials often require replacement, refinishing, or repair. And today we'll learn why ceramic tile is held to a higher standard, and it's one of the most durable services and best choice for your next project. So to get started, I'd like to just cover a few of the key benefits of ceramic tile. There's limitless design capabilities. So that means with the advances in digital printing and glazing technology, almost any design or pattern can be placed on the tile and still maintain a durable finish. It's environmentally friendly. There's no VOCs or toxic chemicals, and it's made from occurring natural materials such as clay, sand, and feldspar. It's clean and healthy. There's no VOCs, there's no toxic chemicals. It doesn't support the growth of mold and bacteria. It's the best value. Ceramic tile has the lowest cost per square foot over its lifetime. It's perfect for wet areas. Ceramic tile is often used in bathrooms and showers, kitchens, mud rooms, and isn't unaffected by moisture. It's low maintenance. Oftentimes ceramic tile only has to be cleaned with water. It can be used outdoors. It's often frost resistant and can be slip resistant. It's resistant to fire and smoke. There's obviously a rich artistic heritage with centuries of history and craftsmanship. And the topic of today's discussion will be the durability of ceramic tile. So when I started to put this presentation together, I stopped and thought to myself, what does durable really mean? So what I did is I took a piece of paper and started jotting down all of the different words that came to my mind. So dependable, long-lasting, reliable, heavy-duty, resistant, strong, stable, tough, enduring, indestructible, resilient, and sturdy. And so what I'd like to do today is just take a few of these words that I picked out and kind of go over how ceramic tile fits that description. So ceramic tile is the long-lasting option. It can last the lifetime of your home or building, whereas alternate flooring materials often require replacement and refinishing sometimes as often as every 5 years. So what does that mean exactly? Well, number one, it means increased property value. Buyers see the inherent value and premium that comes along with ceramic tile, so that means you get more money for your home. It means it's environmentally friendly and stable because it doesn't have to be replaced. It also means that that's less waste going to the landfills. If you don't have to replace the material, it means it can stay in the home, and it has a lower environmental impact compared to other flooring materials such as plastic-based flooring materials. So I put together just a few examples of how ceramic tile really lasts. So this is an example of a 15th century Italian ceramic tile floor that was installed in a church. And after about 400 years in service, it was removed in the 1860s and placed on display in a museum. For anyone that knows what happened in Pompeii, obviously a pretty big disaster there. This is a mosaic called Beware of the Dog. It was thought that this was supposed to be a warning, sort of like Beware of Dog you would see today. And during the excavation of Pompeii, they discovered this mosaic, obviously still intact. So the bottom line is ceramic tile is the sustainable choice. When compared to other flooring products, ceramic tile has the lowest carbon footprint compared to any other flooring product. And that's not just for the tile, that actually includes the grout, the mortar, all of the installation materials that also go into installing ceramic tile added together still has the lowest carbon footprint over its lifetime based on a 60-year span. Ceramic tile is environmentally stable. It's often fired above red heat, which is over 1,000 degrees, and oftentimes in the case of maybe a porcelain, it's fired over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So why is that important? It means that ceramic tile isn't going to be harmed or changed or affected by heat or the sun, and it's not going to curl, it's not going to warp. It also means that because it's been fired to such a high temperature, it's inherently inorganic, which means no VOCs leaching out into your breathing and living environment. Ceramic tile is fade resistant and it's color fast. Other flooring products have been known to fade. I know for me specifically, about once a year around this time, my wife gets the itch to rearrange the living room. So I'm moving furniture and we're putting new curtains up. And so every time you move the furniture, every time you move the rug, you have the potential that with other flooring products that will create some dark spots in the floor. Ceramic tile is resilient. Alternate flooring products may be susceptible to things like indentation, scratch, gouging, and tearing from heavy objects. And I get it, we're probably not all putting our 3,000-pound Porsche on jack stands, but what about everyday use, like when you're gonna move the refrigerator to get to the dust bunnies behind the fridge? You run the risk with some plastic-based materials of scratching and tearing of that product. Ceramic tile is virtually indestructible. It can be up to 10, 20, even 30 times more scratch resistant than competitive flooring products when you use them, when you compare them on a scale such as Vickers hardness. It can withstand the abuse from pets and children. I have 2 little boys, and I can't tell you how many Legos and race cars and all sorts of things have flown across my floor. So when we talk about scratch resistance, how are we looking at that? Well, what we've seen is that when you take something like the Mohs hardness scale, which is a pretty basic scale, it takes a series of minerals like talc and gypsum, corundum, and the premise is that a lower hardness material can be scratched by a higher hardness material. And so there's some different ways you can do that, and the scale itself has been around for years. But the one thing to note specifically is that the scale is not linear. So going from a 1 to 2 isn't a 50% increase. It might be a 3 or 4 or 10 time increase. So that's how we developed that, from going from a 3, which is where we typically see a vinyl, all the way to a 7 or an 8, where we see ceramic tile, can be sometimes 10 to 30 times harder and more resistance to scratching. Just some preliminary data from TCNA's product performance testing laboratory. You can see here we're scratching the surface with a pick of known hardness that's held at a specific angle and weighted at a specific weight, and that is pulled across the surfaces. And as you can see, some laminate that was purchased locally that comes with a lifetime warranty, scratched at a 4. Ceramic tile scratched at an 8, and some luxury vinyl planks with a lifetime warranty scratched at a 3. And see, this is where we have to be cautious, because some products, plastic-based materials, are advertising high scratch resistance without this type of data. The good news is ceramic tile is also durable when it's wet. It's unaffected by moisture. The tile industry has decades of industry experience specifying and installing in these types of applications. And obviously there's a rich history of guidance. For anyone that's been in the industry for maybe the last 10 years, you'll know that the TCA Handbook has grown in size from around 30 pages back in the early 2000s all the way to 500 pages today. And many of that guidance is based on ceramic tile and natural stone installations in wet areas. More than 25% of the book is focused on those applications specifically. And what does waterproof really mean? We see lots of claims these days, 100% waterproof, things like that. When we look at the dictionary says impervious to water. So, okay, I guess if you thought about it like a rain jacket, if your rain jacket's supposed to be waterproof and you're walking in the rain, you don't get wet, right? So what we're saying is what's underneath doesn't get wet. Well, what we're finding is that some of the products in the market that are claiming to be 100% waterproof don't really include the things underneath. For example, this is a warranty disclaimer from one of the products that we've researched. It claims to be 100% waterproof, but they have sort of developed a slightly different definition, essentially saying that 100% waterproof means it won't be altered by water. So it's unaffected by moisture, but there's not really anything saying that the moisture itself can't get through the product. So for example, it says it will not act as a waterproofing barrier, and damage to the subfloor and or surrounding structure is not covered by the warranty. So a little bit different than what we've traditionally thought in the ceramic tile industry, in that 100% waterproof, when you have a waterproof installation, that's the whole assembly. That means protecting the subfloor. That means protecting the structure so that no water can get past and damage your installation. And of course, with water, with a little bit of food source, mold can grow. And studies have shown that mold can grow in as little as 1 day in normal household conditions. And the scary part is researchers say that mold is like an iceberg. The part that you see is not the part that's dangerous. It's all the parts that you don't see. It's the spores that can be put into the atmosphere and that you're breathing in and causing allergies. These types of things are what's concerning the most. Ceramic tile is able to withstand the elements. Unlike competitive flooring products, it's often used outside. It can be frost resistant. We see it as often many companies sell products that are slip resistant as well. Again, unaffected by the environment. They don't fade, which makes them great for outdoor patios and sunrooms and essentially any type of outdoor living area that you'd like to have. So, just as a recap, I'd like to cover why you should choose ceramic tile. So it's long lasting. You get many years of service, hundreds of years if you'd like. It's long lasting. Also means it has a lower environmental impact. It's color fast and environmentally stable. It won't be affected by the sun. There's no risk of fading. It's resilient, truly resilient. It won't rip or tear. It's indestructible. It's great for children and pets. It's durable when it's wet. And it's able to withstand the elements, and it's not just an indoor product. But maybe one of the biggest reasons is that the ceramic tile industry is really invested in standards and in specification and being able to provide all the information you need to have the right product for the right application, and all of the information right there for everyone to see. All of these standards are created with consensus groups that are not just manufacturers, they're not just installers. It's a very nice mix of all of those together to give a well-rounded document. So with that, I would take any questions you may have. All right. Oh.
Most skeleton shows that available on the TCA website, the one where it shows the comparison of tile and vinyl?
The Mohs scale. So the Mohs scale is available essentially anywhere. Our laboratory specifically can test for Mohs.
Right. I'm saying specifically where you show the comparison between ceramic tile and like vinyl and laminate.
Well, and so this is a representative of some preliminary results from our lab. So that's where this comes from. Any other questions? All right. With that, I'd say please use the Coverings app to evaluate this session. And if you want any more information, please check out our website, ytile.com. Thank you very much.